Hey there, everybody. Greetings, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 9 in my top 30 Southern Rock album countdown. Thanks for spending each and every day here with us, or with me, I should say, because just get me on these shows, right? I'm counting down my favorite 30 Southern Rock albums of all time. Actually, 31. I cheated one day. So you get 31 total. Always got to get a bonus, right? Always got to give my folks a bonus. This particular pick, many of you have been asking all month, Pete, where is Molly Hatchet on this list? And I've been telling all of you, stay tuned, because here, pick number 9, released September 1st, 1978 for Epic Records, produced by Tom Verman, of course, the great producer of lots of hard rock and heavy metal acts. The debut album from Jacksonville, Florida's Molly Hatchet. Self-titled Molly Hatchet. Frank Frazetta album artwork. Yes, the three-man guitar army debuts in 1978, September 1st to be exact, with this excellent debut. You know, I've long loved Molly Hatchet. I actually, first time I bought Flirting with Disaster. It was the first album I bought from them, and then I went and bought this immediately afterwards because I absolutely love that. And you know, how many of us, of course I'm included here, bought these early Molly Hatchet albums because of these covers, right? I mean, how does a young kid of so I bought Flirt with Disaster in '79, so I was 13. I bought this like almost immediately afterwards, so I was 13 years old. How does a young 13-year-old kid who loves like comic books and fantasy books and hard rock music, and how do you like walk in a record store and not instantly get attracted to that and seeing these bunch of long-haired guys, right? I mean, you just can't turn it away, right? Just can't do it. I couldn't. So yeah. Anyway, onto the music. Yeah. So this is the original classic lineup. Danny Joe Brown on vocals, the three-man guitar army of Dave Lubeck, Steve Holland, and Dwayne Rollin, Banner Thomas on bass, and Bruce Crump on drums. You know, it's amazing when you go back and listen to these albums today, all these years later, you know, the first handful of Molly Hatchet albums, or really any of their albums, but specifically the early ones. I think we had like a perception back in the day that Molly Hatchet were one of the heaviest of the Southern rock bands simply because of the fact they had three guitar players and these album covers and everything. And it's, you listen to these albums today and they're actually very refined and they're not all that heavy. I mean, I think like to me, like especially the first two Molly Hatchet albums, you know, Beating the Odds is a little bit heavier than the first two. Of course, when you had the vocalist change, you know, Jimmy Farrar replaced Danny Joe Brown for two albums, but I think over the years I always had this perception that all these early Molly Hatchet albums were really heavy, and they're really not. Like the first two albums, again, I've just been listening to a lot of these albums lately again, and this is like a like the perfect hybrid between like 70s Allman Brothers Band and classic Lynyrd Skynyrd. And you know, granted, Skynyrd could get heavy at times. The Allmans were not a particularly heavy band ever. They did have some rock and material. But I think that Hatchet kind of combines the raw ferocity of Skynyrd with the kind of more sophisticated sounds of the Allman Brothers. Because if you really listen close to this album, and by the way, the great production on this album, I always really like the production of this album, you really hear all the little intricacies very well. But this was not a heavy band at the time. Could they rock? Sure. There's lots of boogie going on here, and there's loads of great, crisp, melodic lead guitar work, but was not a headbanging band. I mean, you know, at least not early on. Like I said, with when Jimmy Farrar joined the band, you know, Beating the Odds certainly has a little heavier material, and there's plenty of hard rock and stuff on both this and Flirt with Disaster. But it's not this is not Blackfoot heavy by any means. And I always think we always kind of lumped Molly Hatchet in the upper echelon of the heavier of the Southern rock bands, when in actuality maybe not quite so much, right? Like Cheatin' Woman on here is probably the heaviest song on the album, and it's a great one too. But it's not, like I said, I don't even think it's Blackfoot heavy. But anyway, I digress. Back to the songs. You get the excellent Bounty Hunter, which leads off the album. What a killer song. And again, I just am reminded in revisiting this album how intricate a lot of the arrangements are and how great the production is, how all the instruments are so well balanced. It's a really great sounding album, and this was more than just a run-of-the-mill Southern rock band. I mean, they had a lot of stuff going for them, and I think, all the guitar players had their own little styles, and they all work really well together. Gator Country is a terrific song. That also is one of their early, here's our little Southern rock anthem, kind of in grand Skinnerd and Outlaws fashion, where it's like, it's like a slow builder kind of a track, and then in the end you got all these guitar solos going on and everything like that. Gator Country is absolutely amazing. Big Apple is just terrific. I mean, I love the arrangements on these songs. They're so clever. Nice little hooks and things like that all over the place. The Creeper, good song, another good hard rocking song. Great guitar sound on this album. Really good guitar sound on this album. You can hear those those humbucker pickups. Just great. Price You Pay, another good song. Then they do a reworking of the Allman Brothers classic Dreams, here retitled Dreams I'll Never See. Really good version. Then you got I'll Be Running. Then, like I mentioned, Cheatin' Woman and Trust Your Old Friend, another real cool, fun, up-tempo boogie track that finishes up the album. Pretty short record when you think about it. Most songs are about 3 minutes long, other than the Allman's cover, which is 7. Gator Country is about almost 6.5, and then you got Cheatin' Woman, which is 4.5. Otherwise, everything is like in the threes, right? So it comes and goes pretty quickly, but it's a really good one. I just adore Molly Hatchet, and I really love this album a lot. In fact, I'm not going to say too much because you might be seeing a little more Molly Hatchet on this list in my top 10. So it's a band that's meant a lot to me for many, many years, and I will admit, even though this band has been beset by tragedy and lineup changes throughout its career, and there is nobody in the band today who is an original member. You got Bobby, who is joined the band in like the mid 80s. He originally was in the Danny Joe Brown Band. Danny Joe Brown Band was the band that Danny did when he left Molly Hatchet for a few years, and then they kind of came back into the band together. You got John Galvin on keyboards, who also has been in the band since the early mid 80s. All the original guys that I just mentioned, most of them, I believe, have passed away. It's crazy the amount of folks in this band and in Southern rock in general who just have died early deaths, and just it's crazy. But anyway, my point I was trying to make is that Molly Hatchet has continued to tour and release lots of albums with basically, nobody from the original band. But if you can kind of get past the whole, well, how can it be Molly Hatchet when there's no original members anymore? The albums are actually really, really good. A lot of the latter period Molly Hatchet albums are excellent. Well-written, well-performed Southern rock albums. I know people have a hard time with the name still being there, but if you can kind of get past that and just listen to the records, I mean, they have been one of the most consistently good Southern rock bands, from the old days who are still putting out new music, and the new music's really good. I mean, listen to any of those like 90s and 2000s albums. They're quite good. They're quite good in my opinion. So, yeah, Molly Hatchet, self-titled debut. It's a keeper. It's a great one. It's number 9 on my list. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know what you think of the self-titled debut from Molly Hatchet, as well as your pick for today. Pick number 9 on our top 30 Southern Rock album countdown. Thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. All together, all the damn time. Stay tuned for pick number 8. Coming up tomorrow morning. Right, and we got all sorts of other stuff coming at you today. Should have a couple of album reviews. It's going to be kind of light. I really didn't get a chance to listen to much new music over the weekend, so you might get 1, you might get 2. I'm hoping I can get even 1 tomorrow, so there's just lots going on. We got, album ranking shows we're doing this week and all sorts of stuff, so there's a lot happening. And, I haven't gotten a hold of as many new things as, would have liked, but I should be able to pop out 1 or 2 for you today. And then go hop on over to the Guitar Hack YouTube channel tonight. Hack, myself, and Martin Popoff are going to be ranking our 5 favorite Whitesnake albums. I know we've had a lot of Whitesnake talk here on the channel of late, but we're going to do it again. We're going to do it over on Guitar Hack tonight, so go check that out tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we got the Monsters Den, so part 2 of our look at the Alien and Predator franchises. And so tomorrow we're going to rank the 4 Predator films. All right, then of course next week we're going to take a look at the 2 Alien versus Predator films to kind of wrap that little series up. Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. Last week we talked about our 10 favorite bands where we just really dig the lyrics. Well, Friday we're going to talk about the 10 bands that we think have pretty sucky lyrics. So it's the bands whose lyrics suck. So we're each going to come up with a list of 10 that we probably really dig the bands, but we just... man, the lyrics are kind of cringeworthy. So that's coming up on Friday. Saturday is the UK Connection with Simon Bray and Stephen Reed. And Sunday you got album homework assignment. So lots happening here on the channel. As always, we've got, Chris Allo and I are going to rank the albums of the Runaways. That's also happening this week, so stay tuned for that. And I've got a few other ranking shows that I'm probably going to be doing over the next week or two. So... yeah, never a shortage of things going on here. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you real soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.